Okay.
I'm extremely happy for two things. I have to say that. First thing, the shirt she is wearing, one greater than zero. This
Zero.
is this is something that I say that one is greater than zero, which means that if you have even 1 minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, take one step. Take one
Yes.
step. That one step is better than not spending any time at all. And
Right.
she is a working mom. She has a extreme busy schedule, and that was one thing when she started the program. She had the same thing. She said that I don't have time, and I told her one is greater than zero. Let's start. Let's take one step at a time, and you will get the PMP done. And today she gave me a surprise. She just cleared PMP. She's coming back from the center, and she wore that shirt. First of all, thank you for wearing that shirt.
Of course. Of course. Thank you, Amir.
Okay. My friend, why don't you share your journey, how you did it, and the entire way in your own words, please?
Okay, so I've always had that career goal to be PMP certified, and I've just never had the time. Always very busy. I'm a mom of three, married. I have a 9 to 5 career in tech, and also have two small businesses. So you can imagine the schedule was not going to be okay for that. And then I came across, you on Instagram, and then I saw the success rates that you published, and I was like, huh, okay. If he has this kind of success rate, then I definitely should go under him. And I contacted you, and one of the first things you asked was, how many hours a day can you dedicate to studying? And I said, I think I can do maybe 2 hours. And the reason I said so is because I love TV. I love watching movies, and I
Like
love
me.
watching shows. That is how I relax and enjoy. So after working long hours, I always try to watch at least an hour into and I told myself, okay, I'm gonna cut off all of that time and dedicate that time to studying. I've not watched TV in 3 months. Since January to
Ooh.
now, my TV everywhere is off.
Okay.
I've not watched TV in 3 months.
Okay.
So that was how much dedication that I decided I was going to put into this. And I just joined your group in January, and now in March, in advance of your birthday.
Thank you. Thank you for that birthday gift. Beautiful gift.
Of course, had to give you that gift. So it's been a great journey so far.
Mm. Okay, that's awesome. That's awesome. Let me ask you now this thing. Now, being a working mom and with a private business also. By the way, for everyone who is in US and Canada, let me tell you, she also has a business. She makes these shirts. As you can wear customized shirts if you want her, highly recommended. You can see such a
Thank you.
beautiful shirt. Okay, so with a working mom, with a business and things like that, was it easy?
I think because it was with you, you made it easier. You prepared me.
Mm-hmm.
It was, I think a sacrifice was necessary to carve out that time. And
Okay.
people always say, if you really want to do something, you're going to find the time to do
Mm-hmm.
it.
Mm-hmm.
So it would have been a lot harder if I tried to do this on my own, and it would have taken me longer.
Mm-hmm.
So very impossible for me to have done this on my own within just 2 months, 2 3 months.
Okay, okay. Okay, let's talk about the exam straightforward. How was the exam?
Exam was good. So the first set of questions, the first 60 minutes was very easy.
Mm,
Um, I finished that in, I think, maybe almost 30 minutes or so. I
mm,
had a long time, and then I flagged some to review.
mm,
So I went back, just looked at it again, confirmed that I was satisfied with the answers. And then
mm,
I took the 10-minute break like you had suggested. I took a
mm.
walk, went to the restroom, walked around the hallway, came back. It was okay. Then I came back before the 10-minute break was over, and I started the next batch. The second batch was more difficult than the first one.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
And then,
the second one was more difficult than the first one.
okay, and then,
And then some of the questions were not in they were not structured in the way that we're kind of used to. So I feel like the first batch
mhm,
reminded me a lot of random mocks.
mhm.
It
Okay,
reminded me a lot. I was very confident. I was just going, answering because I said, okay, yes, this, I'm well prepared for this. But then the second one really had me thinking. And I kept telling myself, I have to wear the agile hat. I have to remember the manifestos. I have to remember the principles, just all the ground rules that we've always had to help me answer the questions. I don't think I'd come across any of those questions in any of the past mocks or practice or any of that stuff. They were new material to me.
That's good.
But then the third section was not as bad as the second one. But it was a little more difficult than the first, but not as bad as the second one.
Okay. Is it possible that in the first section you were energetic, you were high, and you were focused because you left like 1 hour earlier? I hope you had the coffee with you as we discussed. So was it that in the second section where you were more tired, or the question were 4 5 liners? What was it?
The questions were 4 5-liners. So the first batch questions were like 2 lines, maximum 3. So the second one you had 4 or 5-liners. But it was just even generally, and then the second batch was more of, there were multiple good answers. So there were multiple good answers and plausible answers. And if you start applying real life scenarios to it, you're going to get lost, because I guess, okay, well, if it's in real life, this is good, this is good, this is good. But then you now have to filter and think of which one is the best. And you always used to tell us that before, that sometimes you have questions where there are multiple really good answers, and you only can choose one. You have to find the best of them.
You have to find the best of them. Okay, that is one of the most important thing that we need to do, and we want to work into that way.
Right.
How many drags and drop questions were there?
3.
3 drag and
One of
drop
them was, Talkman ladder was one of them. And then the Stockman ladder, there was one, I've not seen that one before, but it was more of situational. As a PM, what would you do in this scenario, in this scenario, in this scenario? So about 4 questions from those, and then the Talkman ladder. And so the Talkman ladder was the last one. And I think the second one, what was that? It wasn't Talkman ladder either. I can't remember what that was, but it was not Talkman ladder.
Okay, but whatever it was. Okay, so let's go forward. Any formula question? Any critical path questions?
No critical path questions. Just one formula question. Just one single formula question, and you didn't need a calculator or anything like that. No, no formula related questions. No.
And any graphical question?
Yes, the cost and schedule to see. I think you've had us do that before to kind of determine, and it was also a graph plot line too, and that had the schedule and the SPI and the CPI on it. And then the answer choices were to, for you to say if it was behind schedule, above budget, behind budget, or right on the budget, or right on the schedule.
Okay. You are behind budget, ahead budget, or wherever you are, the questions were looking into that context, and that helps.
Correct. You just have to interpret what the graph line says.
Okay. Okay. If you say the exam was more dominant towards 4-liner, 5-liner, or 1 2-liner, how was the exam dominant?
So I want to say more, probably 2 to 3-liners. Because the second batch, the second set was the one that was 4 lines thereabout, 4 5 lines thereabout. But the first one was about 1 2 lines, then about 2 to 3 lines.
Good. So it was kind of a mix. It was kind of
exactly. It was a mix. Yes.
Okay. So which mocks really help you to prepare for it? It like was 180 mocks or the final random mocks?
Random mocks.
Random mocks really prepared you for it.
Yes.
So
yes.
Random mocks is like real muscles that are preparing you for final thing. Yeah, it is hard. I know that.
Yeah. Yeah. And the language is kind of the same. It's very similar as well, So if you're able to interpret the random mocks and answer, I think, a person would do well.
Person will do well. Okay. What would be your advice to those people who are preparing the exam now? They just started, like the batch third ended last night. So what would be your recommendation? What steps they should do so that they can do the PMP in 1.5, 2 months, just like you?
So I want to say that you can never do too many mocks. Okay. Take advantage of the mocks, right? Okay. And especially the random mock. So one of the things I also did, because time was an issue for me, sometimes if I find myself at a place, or maybe I'm cooking dinner, boiling rice, and I know it's going to take 15 minutes or so, I quickly pull up the random mocks, the 10 mocks or the 20 or the 15 mocks or the 30 mocks. Even if it's just 10 minutes that I have, I use that time to find a mock to do. And I think the more mocks you do, the more confident you feel and familiar with the way the questions are structured, and then the scenario questions. So you cannot do too much mocks. Just keep doing the mocks.
Okay. They're doing the mocks really help. What about the coaching call? How important the coaching call was?
So the coaching call was also good. It was also important to, and the reason is the group cohesiveness. Hearing when you call people out to talk about the answer and with discussion, the discussion part of it, I don't know, everybody likes being called out. Sometimes I used to shy away from answering because I didn't want, I mean, to say something. But those discussions were actually really important, because if you needed any kind of clarification or you were not sure about something, that was a good opportunity to have a better understanding of it. And then also, sometimes you might be feeling like, oh, I think I'm behind, but also hearing what other people are talking about during the coaching call and what their thought process helps you realize that, okay, you know what, maybe you're not doing so bad after all, or maybe you're in a right trajectory. So the coaching calls are really good, really, really a good thing to be a part of.
Okay. That is an important thing. I really liked it. How about the follow-up system? Was that important for you?
Amir, and where you terrorize people.
I do. But that is the way
What?
to get things done. Just like
Yes.
mom. Just
Yes,
like
it's
mom.
necessary. It is
Yeah.
necessary. So, if a person may not really like it, but if you have a goal to do this in a set period of time, that follow-up is quite necessary. Amir will bother you to no end, but it is necessary. Don't change it. Just keep the follow-up system going. Yes, it's very
Thank,
important.
thank you. Okay. Now let's go into a little bit more of the thing. Let's say for your fellow students, apart from doing mocks, the certified PMP group is there. What else students can do to make sure? Because especially I'm targeting on those people who have exam in the next 1 month, or
Okay.
who just joined the batch and they want to take it to the next level. They want to make sure to get it done in the minimum possible time. What they should do?
Group study is a good idea as well.
Mm-hmm.
Group study is a good idea. So if you're able to find a group to study with, do some of the practice exams, learn together, I think that's a very good step. And always find time every day. Consistency is key with this. Consistency is key. Make sure you're consistently on the mocks. Coaching call. Go back to YouTube and watch Amir's video. Amir has like a ton of resources on his page. Go back there. Make sure you're also, even on LinkedIn, I look at the questions, I answer the questions. Just everyday consistency. Make sure one way or the other that you're utilizing all of the resources that Amir puts out there, and you have them in so many places, on the group, in LinkedIn, on YouTube, in the classrooms, the Saturday classes, the weekend classes. Every single day, consistently find something with PMP to study, to listen to, even if you're cooking, even if you're driving, even when I do school in the morning, when my son knows your name. And yesterday we were watching a show last night. He was watching a show last night, and from the kitchen I'm cooking, and he said, "Mom, I want you to listen to this. This sounds just like your coach." And the person and they said, "This sounds like velocity and something." And he said, "I hear hearing velocity and all of that from our classes." So my kids are getting used to it as well. So everywhere, every opportunity, just take use of it. You're cooking, play the videos. You're driving, play the videos. You're in the bathroom somewhere, do a mock 1 or 2, 3, 4 questions. Just keep going. Just keep going.
Yeah. So what I would say again, what is the tagline? What you put on the shirt? One is greater
One
than
is
zero.
greater than zero.
Whatever,
Exactly.
whatever you can do, whenever you can do. Let's keep moving
Just
forward.
do it.
Okay. Now the most important thing that I'm gonna ask from you, and you know that each one teach one is the mantra of the game, right? You know how the certified PMP mastermind group work into that, how everyone support each other, the community that we have built. Now you have crossed the line, and I want you, each one teach one is the mantra of the game.
Sure.
Guys, if you have any question, please feel free to ask her. She just cleared PMP, and we are on roll. Two working moms cleared today, just before you.
Yes.
One from India cleared, and now you did it. And
Thank you.
I guess I'm getting a great birthday week. Yeah. Interestingly, my birthday is on Sunday, And the first day that started, we have to at least 10 to 12 people I know who have exam. So I'm sure we will reach 150 for without doubt. By the way, you are PMP number 148. Okay.
Woo!
Yeah. So we will reach 150. So let's see how close we go to 200. As you know, I always say that shoot for the moon. Even if you miss, you will land among the
With
stars.
the stars,
So,
yes.
Sean, do make some questions for the PMP marathon we will be
Okay.
having. And if
Okay.
anyone has any question, please feel free to ask. She just cleared PMP.
Yes, please.
Okay. So I want to give you now, go watch good movies. There are few good movies, especially
Yes.
on if you are fan of comics, Godzilla versus Kong is there. I'm
Yeah.
gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it on my birthday. And thank you very much. And I wish you best of luck, my friend.
Thank you. No
You send me a
problem.
picture probably in this shirt. I'll make a
Okay.
thumbs up of it. Okay.
Okay. Sounds good.
Thank